I mean, just one of those men that can just fight anybody. Just a nasty, mean, perfectly made for this industry. What an I'm a big fan of both of these men, but Husky Harris is just. I love people like this. Somebody, he looks like he's been around this industry for 30 years.
And he's 23 years old,
exactly.
This Husky Harris. And I gotta wonder, what on earth was Husky thinking hugging Oksana after he saw what Oksana has done to his brother, Bo Rotundo, the former Florida heavyweight champion. You see Husky pointing to Bo's banner right there, and Bo unfortunately sidelined with an injury. I did receive an update just a moment ago that Bo Rotundo sustained a lacerated kidney in a matchup. A lacerated kidney. He actually continued to compete for a brief time after that, only worsening the effects of that injury, and now he's going to be out of action, as Maxine stated earlier tonight, for at least 2 or 3 months.
In all my years, I've never heard of such an injury as a lacerated kidney. That must be the most, I mean, just to get a hit in the kidney is incredibly painful. What must that young man be going through? But then again, what must these two be going through? Look at these two behemoths just clashing together. I hate to use the old term, but just like two balls colliding, it's incredible. Look at these two.
You have to think that Husky Harris wants to take up the sword for his brother right now. Bo Rotundo can't do anything. He cannot do anything. He's laying in bed. I spoke with him earlier this week.
Do you think he likes his brother that much? I mean, I've told you before, the only reason I speak to my brothers in case I need some bone marrow.
Well, Husky Harris and Bo Rotundo were former Florida tag team champions together. They've pretty much raised hell around Tampa, to be blunt. They go out and have fun.
I've known their father for quite a few years, and he used to tell me, because we discuss our children as you do on the road, and he used to discuss how they were always tearing into each other. He was always having to pull them apart when he was at home. I have to do that with my young men as well. So I'm just asking questions here. I'm an investigative reporter, trying to find out.
I'm sure Husky wants to do his brother proud. Whether they always get along, that's a family matter, but Husky surely wants to make Bo Rotundo proud of him and advance in the Super 8 elimination tournament, make it to that fatal four-way match, win that fatal four-way match, and win the Florida heavyweight title. And look at these two bulls colliding. Both men are down, and this Super 8 elimination tournament match will continue when we return. Welcome back to Florida Championship Wrestling. This is the main event of the evening. We are in the midst of a Super 8 elimination tournament, and Husky Harris and Biggie Langston, two of the participants, they are fighting for an opportunity to qualify for a fatal four-way match, and the winner will be declared the new Florida heavyweight champion. What a belly-to-belly suplex from Biggie Langston.
You said that with such ease. Look at the belly-to-belly suplex. How possibly can you throw somebody like Husky Harris with such ease? That shows you what kind of a powerhouse that Big E Langston is. Do you have the actual numbers of the poundages that they lifted a few weeks ago?
Husky Harris is in the 300-pound range.
I'm
Big
talking
E
about
Langston was in a weightlifting competition. He benched 529 pounds. He did a 710-pound squat, and he set an American record, a United States record, with a 799-pound deadlift. This man set a record for the entire United States of America. So if you're asking how he can throw Husky Harris around, no easy feat, but Big E Langston's a freak.
So what you're looking at there is one of the real superhumans that walk the earth. I mean, there's no other way about it. You know, there's certain athletes.
Hook in the leg from Big E Langston right there, no?
Gold medalist in the Olympics. People with such incredible power as Big E Langston, they're superhumans.
Big E Langston trying to pin Husky's shoulders to the mat, but it's not to be. And you hear the universe here, the FCW universe, willing on the brother of Bo Rotundo, Husky Harris, fighting not only for himself, but you got to imagine Husky's fighting for his brother, who is sick in the hospital right now with a lacerated kidney. And Bo Rotundo earlier tonight was stripped of the Florida Heavyweight Championship by Maxine. And Mr. Regal, I got to ask, how did you find out about this main event before any of the rest of us?
My old pal Norman.
Your old pal Norman?
Yes. Anyway, let's get back to this. You could take battalions from the British Army and the American Army 20 and 30 men and combine them together, and they wouldn't have the power that these two men have, battering each other half senseless here. This is something that you don't see in every 5 or 10 years. Two incredible specimens like this going at it.
And you are looking at a quarter of a ton, over a quarter of a ton of mass in the ring just between Big E and Husky. And Husky keeps kicking out of these pinning predicaments that Big E Langston is trying to put Husky away, trying to advance to the fatal four-way match in 2 weeks. The winner of that fatal four-way match will become the new Florida heavyweight champion. Only the 13th Florida heavyweight champion will be crowned in 2 weeks. And the look on Husky's face tells the whole story. He's in agony right now, and who can blame him? But Husky's fighting back. Husky's fighting back with all he's got against the superhuman Big E Langston.
But what most people consider agony, someone like Husky considers just part of life, something that's fun to him. He loves the agony because it drives him on.
Big E trying to put Husky away, and Husky continuing to kick out. Once again, a hook of the leg. Husky rolling his shoulder up. How much more can Husky endure at this point? Too close to the ropes, I gotta think.
Husky Harris's football training is coming in here, because this is where that incredible conditioning leg strength comes in, that you're able to use your legs and your hips to kick out from such pressure that Big E Langston is putting on him at this time.
Big E Langston applying the pressure right now. He's not giving up an inch to Husky Harris, continuing this assault. Husky Harris just can't make it to his feet right now. And Big E Langston's got to be looking for that big ending, that finishing maneuver where he lifts his opponent onto his shoulders and crashing down to the canvas. We've seen it before from Big E.
What would it be like to have a forearm smash off a man that can deadlift nearly 800 pounds? In fact, I need to ask him one day just to hit me that hard so I know how I can explain it to the people at home.
Big E Langston's legs are over 35 inches around. That's bigger than my waist. If you have not seen this man in person, he just defies logic. Hook of the leg from Big E Langston. Husky rolls his shoulder up.
And Big E Langston, not just an incredibly strong man, but an incredibly intelligent man. And a man who's very elegant when he speaks. I mean, just a well-educated, and when you get someone who's as strong as that and as intelligent as that, that's somebody that you really should be terrified of.
Husky's greatest strength sometimes lies with his raw emotion. You're seeing right now, Husky firing up, but Big E Langston may knee right to the gut. Langston off the ropes, Husky catches Langston off the ropes and takes Big E down for the first time in quite some time. Husky Harris, Big E Langston fighting for an opportunity to be in the fatal four-way match for the Florida heavyweight title in 2 weeks' time. Husky charging in. Big E sent for the ride, and Husky follows up once again. Husky winding up here, charging in, and a third splash in the corner. Big E Langston, I can't believe he's on his feet. Reverse atomic drop, Husky off the ropes. And there's more, that's more from Husky Harris. His pounce maneuver, hooks the leg on Big E. Husky advances.
Here is your winner, advancing to the fatal four-way Florida Heavyweight Championship match, Husky Harris.
To the other competitors in the Super 8 tournament, I hope you're watching this, because this is the standard that you have to face. This is a man who's got explosive power and ferocious energy that you've got to try and beat. How do you do something like that? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to compete with such people. It's beyond me.
2 of the slots have been filled in this tournament. Husky Harris and Damian Sandow have advanced. We still have Leo Kruger, Percy Watson, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose next week in action in qualifying matches. We're going to find out who is going to be the Florida heavyweight champion in 2 weeks' time, and we're going to find out who gets the right to be in that match next week. For William Regal, I'm Matt Barlero. It's all said, it's all done, it's been real, it's been fun. We will see you next week.
Take care.
And once again, we'd like to invite you to join us again next week here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. I can assure you there'll be plenty of action. Till then, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.